Sorry about that, my alarm went off. I'll talk for a good 8 minutes. That's about 30 minutes, and I'll start part two, and I'll read my Lord of the Rings book today. I'm on chapter what? Chapter 10. I'll read 4 pages, get that over with, and I'll babble on for the remaining of the video. I'll talk usually about my personal life with my wife. You guys love when I talk about that, obviously. Sky Source as usual. The chosen actors as well as the candidates for my movie, obviously, for all my 5 movies. You guys see the future. You already know who the candidates who are chosen. Obviously, you know, obviously, and what. Yeah, that's why for Last of Us Age, looking at the best. I thought it'd be cool to talk a little about Last of Us Aliens for this video, obviously, because I've been babbling about the same things all the time, right? And that's why Last of Us Aliens will be the best story, one of the best stories ever told, obviously. Yes, even better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings if it's done right. Because don't forget, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, again, he only followed like 20% of the book, man. Whereas I'm actually going to follow like 70% of the story. I'm going to follow like 70% of the story. Hence why I'm putting unheard amount of money into it. Whereas Lord of the Rings, they had a limited budget. All movies were made for about like $90 million each. Whereas I'm putting $550 million towards the 3 movies. And that does not include salaries. Whereas the $90 million put towards Lord of the Rings, that all included salaries and all that stuff. Was the 550 is going towards the movie that does not include salaries. That's why you're looking at unheard of technology, unheard of story. 8K world, man. You're looking at a revolution. Zanus, the story of Zanus will change cinema, man. It's gonna change because it's such an amazing story. Eric Tassadell himself is gonna change cinema, man. You're looking at an amazing movie, obviously. And my wife knows what I'm talking about. She can see the future. There's a reason why she posted that picture with that guy with the red robe. You had that white guy with the red robe, right? He had his black hair and his beard. That's me and Zanus Tactius. I'm gonna have that Jesus look, obviously, right? So Takis is gonna have that Jesus look. He has his long dreads. I have my long dreads, and I have my big beard. In Volume 3, Takis gets his beard, obviously. I won't tell you why he gets his beard. You'll see what I mean when you read the story. I don't want to spoil the story for you, obviously. That's why I'm looking at an amazing story. And those actors chosen for Zanes, they're the lucky ones. They're gonna get to experience that fame and success with me and my wife, obviously, when we're king queen. You're looking at international crazy fame for my what? For my movie, obviously. And those actors are gonna be a part of that buzz, man. They're gonna get paid their free millions. Gonna be rich. Once those actors all film my movie, they're all gonna be they're gonna be richer because those actors are already rich. They all have money, but they're gonna be rich after they film my movie because I paid them all a lot of money. They're gonna be rich after I paid my after they film the movie. They're gonna be rich and guarantee they're gonna get invited to speak at places. They're gonna talk about the process of the movie also. They won't mention my name, but they're gonna obviously speak and talk about like what was it like filming on set for Last Jose and stuff. What was it like? And all. So they're obviously gonna talk about that stuff. And you're gonna say, no, me and my wife, you're gonna see. We're gonna be watching all the videos. Oh my god! Like, look at us. We're so famous. Yeah, man. These actors are gonna be so famous. That's gonna be crazy. These actors are gonna be fucking famous, man. They're gonna be famous movie stars, man. Bigger movie stars than even all these Hollywood celebrities. They're gonna be bigger movie stars than the majority of the Hollywood celebrities, man. They're gonna be big fucking movie stars. As my company is bigger than Hollywood. It's a bigger company. It's a better company than Hollywood. At the same time, these actors, I paid all these biggest actors millions of dollars, which are never gonna make in Hollywood. These actors are gonna be movie stars. They're gonna be my co-stars, obviously, right? Especially the major actors, the actors I mentioned. Those are the actors who are gonna be the movie stars because they're all like major characters. So Taki's the first because he's a big part of the plot. Even he's gonna be a big movie star too. Because even though Taki is the first is a minor character, he's in. You see him in I don't know, a good 40 minutes of the prologue, whatever it is. You don't see him until volume 3, but he's a big part of the plot. That's why he's also all the major actors are all going to be fucking movie stars, especially Cassius, the actor for Tacitonius, Cassius, and Papari. Obviously, those 3 actors are like the major characters of the story, pretty much. Whereas all the other characters are major characters too, but they're more supporting characters. But they're all going to be movie stars. You know what I'm saying? But Cassius is a major character. You see what I mean when you read the book. Tacitonius is a major character. Those actors are lucky, obviously. And Papari, those 3 characters are very major. Papari is Taki's best friend. You know what I'm saying? Papari is Taki's best friend. Um, Tacitonius and Cassius are what? Taki's cousins. Taki's cousins. You're gonna see how close we are in the movie. Tacitonius is my cousin. because the movie, the Young Takis, is about the life of young Tacitonians and young. It's mainly about young Takis, but Taciton. It's about young Takis and Tacitonians growing up in Zanus and they're training in the Zayn arts, obviously. Obviously, right? I don't want to spoil the story for you, obviously. And Takis has never been outside the walls. And beyond the walls, you have the South and the Ereteth of walking on. That's why it's an amazing story. And the journey kicks in when Takis leave the walls. I don't. In the end of volume 1, I won't spoil the story for you, obviously. You have the life, and you also have Cassius and Maramis training them too. Because Maramis is a pretty major character too. He trains Tacitonians and young Takis. Maramis is in all 3 volumes, right? Whereas the Saldarans you don't see until volume 2, except for Papyri and Sirius. Papyri and Sirius you meet in volume 1 at the end of volume 1, but you don't meet what? No, Papyri and Sirius you meet like halfway through volume 1, obviously. Whereas all the other Saldarans you don't meet until volume 2. Hence why Papyri, the actor for Papyri, Cassius, Tacitonians, those actors are going to be what? People are really going to remember those actors. Those actors are like the major characters. They're the major stars of the story, obviously. The other characters are major stars too, but I told you, they're more supporting characters. Those Papyri, Tacitonians, and Cassius, they're more major characters. See what I'm saying here? They're more major characters, obviously. And that's why you're looking at it amazing. So trust me, you guys think I'm crazy, but once you read my book, you'll finally see what I mean, obviously. I'm going to start reading. Before I babble on, I talk about Sky Source. I'm no longer going to waste my time exposing you world because I think you guys know you guys are wicked people. You reap what you sow. I'm going to say this. I remember when Jesus said this, whatever you want to do to me, do it quickly. If you want to turn this virgin man into a porn star, go right ahead. If you want to trap him with sharing your death, go right ahead. If you want to cause mess in his life when he didn't do anything wrong because of your envy, go right ahead. I'm just saying, once I pay this fee, I'm going to take my wife and live my life, and you can live your life. I wish you guys the best, and I'm peacing out after this. I'm not going to do like that, obviously. As I'm no longer going to waste my time exposing you guys. I think you guys know how wicked you are. I don't have to prove anything. You got your actions show that you're fucking wicked, obviously. Let me start reading here. I'll shut my camera off in a good minute here. Okay. Frodo, Pippin, and Sam made their way back to the parlor. There was no light. Merry was not there, and the fire had burned low. It was not until they had puffed up the embers into a blaze and thrown on a couple of faggots that they discovered Strider had come with them. There he was calmly sitting in a chair by the door. "Hello," said Pippin. "Who are you and what do you want?" "I am called Strider." So now they're meeting Strider, obviously, he answered. "And though he may have forgotten it, your friend promised to have a quiet talk with me. You said I might hear something to my advantage." "I believe," said Frodo. What have you to say?" "Several things," answered Strider. "But of course I have my price." "What do you mean?" asked Frodo sharply. "Don't be alarmed. I mean just this. I will tell you what I know and give you some good news. But I shall want a reward. Because remember, the reason why Strider wants a reward is Strider is a ranger. He kills people and hunts for a living, and he gets paid for it, obviously. I'm going to show my camera for a sec.